I am strongly reconsidering my statements that I made in the previous video on how I shall return back to Earth after scrolling through the YouTube shorts and having come across maybe a half a dozen or a dozen so videos of childbirth, just as how it's done. And viewing the process of childbirth, it was horrifying and traumatizing. Outside of death, I think that watching childbirth is the single most scariest thing that you can observe as a human being. I would much rather go to 100 cremations or 1,000 cremations or watch hundreds of people die, in a natural process, in a natural way, rather than watch even a single baby being born. It's horrifying. The defenseless state that the animal is in, the human animal, and the trauma that it undergoes, being born in the not appropriate space in the hospital, and how it's being treated afterwards, of the cutting off the umbilical cord, and not understanding what is going on or why it's back here again or what is life, and it's covered in blood and whatever kind of ooze and pus and all the fluids. So desire is what leads us to the mother's womb again, the womb of the humans, and also in the animal womb. It's craving, desire, attachment. If you have unfulfilled desires or cravings, you will soak again in the mother's womb. That's what Ajahn Chah said, the famous Buddhist monk master. He said that people can't wait but to, die and then soak back into the mother's womb for 9 months. Scary, horrifying. There was a yogi in India called Patanjali. He is known as the father of modern yoga, or the father of yoga. And he was not born in the normal way. He was born, it is said that he was dropped from the sky as a snake, and he landed, and so he didn't enter the womb. He landed in someone's hands. And like that, he was born, or like that, he left to the planet. So I am yet to incorporate this aspect of myself, of the aspect of birth. I'm pretty much well handled as it relates to my death. I am, getting that situation handled. I know what is going to happen and how that's going to lead to that. And I'm fairly certain and secure about my death. So I don't have any issues there. But if I were to die and choose to be born again, the process of birth is what concerns me, because I'm so helpless, and so some wisdom has to be gained there. This ties into what I said previously about Sadhguru's wish, that every human habitation has to become consecrated. And this is my vision for the future, moving forward. It takes life force energy from your body to consecrate something. For example, I've consecrated, realistically, 2 items here in Cairns, Australia. Actually, Australia as a whole. Number 1 is the hostel that I'm staying in. It's a vibrant space now, and there's a source of energy for people to use, and it will continue to do so for the next 50 to 100 years. It will culminate in 50 years. And the next is, actually I'm working on it today and now, is the stone that I was at in Fitzroy Island. You can watch my videos back one of my earlier videos and you'll see what I'm talking about. So I made that space even more powerful. So it requires a life force energy from your own body, from your own physiology, in order for you to for it to leave your body, for you to push it out into another object, and you make the other object alive, so to speak. Not realistically alive, but alive with energy. So, if you push all of your life force energy out, then you will die. You will dissipate yourself. You can't do that. So only little bits of energy can be sent out for you to be able to consecrate something. A great viewing example of this is watching pictures of Sadhguru before the Dhyanalinga consecration. You can Google pictures of him, and he's vibrant, he's alive, he's intense. You can see that every fiber of his being, every cell of his being is on and active. He's a very powerful human being. And pictures after the Dhyanalinga consecration, which are he's more soft and gentle, and his energy has receded in a great way, in a big way. Still, he's a very powerful human being, there's no doubt about it. But that potency is lost because a lot of it has been used, or most of it has been used, I should say, towards the process of consecrating the Dhyanalinga.